Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Back when these games were announced, you could not find a more excited Pokemon fan than me. To this day, Pokemon Diamond is my most played Pokemon game ever. So when I found out that BDSP was a thing, I could not contain my excitement. Seeing how well Game Freak had done with Heart Gold and Soul Silver and Auras, to have these be the way that they are, well, let's just say I wasn't the happiest Pokemon fan. But I'm willing to look past all of that hatred as we start a journey on Pokemon Shining Pearl. But we're not just going to be playing through Shining Pearl normally. This run through is going to be a Hardcore Nuzlocke. For those of you who don't know what a Nuzlocke is or what a Hardcore Nuzlocke is, let me quickly explain. In a Nuzlocke, if a Pokemon faints, it is considered dead and must be permaboxed. When it comes to capturing Pokemon, you can only catch the very first Pokemon that you find on each route. Rule number 3 is that there are no items allowed in battle, except for held items. The next rule is do not level your Pokemon past the level of the next gym leader's ace. This is a big rule and please do not forget it when watching this video. And last but not least is you have to play in set mode instead of switch mode. So with all the Hardcore Nuzlocke rules out of the way, let's hop right into the Pokemon Shining Pearl Hardcore Nuzlocke. I can't believe I'm doing this, but hey, I have to give it another go, okay? I barely finished it the last time, so it's going to be a struggle, but who knows, I might enjoy it. I might really, really, really enjoy it. We start by naming ourselves Jakey, obviously, followed by selecting a name for our rival. I always go with Barry, but we're gonna go with something different here. We're gonna go Humby. Shout out to Humberto. Enjoy it. Enjoy this experience, Jake. This is gonna be great. Everyone is gonna have fun. The game then starts with us watching TV like the fat lump of lard we are. You can see the look of disgust in my face when watching our little chibi character. This mindset might change by the end of this. Probably not though, fuck them chibis. We go downstairs to meet our wonderful mother and decide to change our settings. The most important one being battle style, changing it from switch to set. Deciding to touch grass, we go and meet our best pal Humby at his house. He's a little bit eager and assaults us in broad daylight, but it's no biggie I guess. We follow him to his room uninvited, not creepy at all, and are met with Humby being his excited little self. We decided to make our way to the nearby lake when this happened. Like, don't get me wrong, they're cute, but... Minato? Yes, Humby is Naruto's dad according to this game. Anyway, it's time for the biggest decision any young Nuzlocker can make in their career. Starter time. I want to go Piplup. And I am going to go Piplup. I do love Turtwig, and obviously the fire type style is always going to get love. And Infernip's awesome, don't get me wrong. But Empoleon's that guy. The first level 100 I ever had was Empoleon. Imagine that was shiny. I would cry. We were off to winning ways as we took down this absolute melt of a Starly. Getting a closer look at our Piplup, it's safe to say we may have drawn the short straw with this one. But hey, Piplup will always be the bestest boy to me, so no matter its stats or nature, well, this thing still sucks actually. Speaking to the rightful owners of our Piplup, as if that makes any sense, they allow us to keep this little guy. So the first ever name I gave it, which was my first ever level 100, was Max. So we're gonna call it Max. Max and I set out to find a few new companions, first of which being this Starly, which we named Scarlet. Goober the Bidoof joined soon after, as well as the one and only Shinx, which we named Sparky. Do not make fun of that name. It's the name of my dead dog, alright? Alright? He's in a better place. Trainer time, and our first battle goes down without a hitch. Throughout this Nuzlocke, I'm only going to be showing you guys the battles where something actually happens, so quite a few trainer battles won't be included. Otherwise, we'd be here for around 4 hours straight. Entering Jubilife City, and we are met with Dawn telling us, well, I really don't know, something important probably. We meet Humby in the trainer school, dropping off a parcel to him given to us by his mother. Whilst in the trainer school, I thought it would be fun to bully some children. As you do. First up was this little nerd with his Abra. Nothing me and Max can't handle. Stupid kid thinks he's gonna beat us with an Abra. Oh shit. Yes, that was a very close call, but at least we know now not to underestimate any trainer, especially little nerdy kids. Doing what most parents tell you specifically not to do, we speak to some random dude in the street offering his new gadget. All he asks of us is to speak to 3 random clowns located across the city. Completely normal request, innit? But we do just that and receive ourselves the Poketch. This thing gives me nightmares, you'll see why soon. Next we meet a fisherman who gives us the Old Rod, allowing us to catch our next Pokemon, Magikarp. We name it Susan because, well, I don't really know why, it just looks like a Susan. We then head to Route 204 and catch ourselves a little Badoo which we name Ray. The team is finally coming together as we catch ourselves Zeno the Zubat. After all of our encounters, it was time for the very first major hurdle in this Nuzlocke. Oh boy, here we go. Humby. It's time, my boy. Now swap Shinx to the start, because I know the Starly comes out first, which is good. This is big brain plays. I'm not too sure what the level is, though. Oh my goodness. Okay, with the tackle, that's fine. We can take those. Sparky has got this. One more should do the trick. Oh, quick attack. You're playing dirty, Humby. I like it. Mr. Lionheart Plays knows what he is doing. That is the Starly down. That's good. Tactic here. Let's do it. Hopefully it can take a tackle. Hopefully it doesn't withdraw. Withdraw. It does withdraw. That's not fun. That is not fun. But it's okay. Let's see how much this does anyway. A fair amount, even with the withdrawal. We're good. Ooh, you don't take the tackle as well as I want you to, but it's fine. We've still got this. If you withdraw again, it's over. Tackle, don't crit. Oh, that hurt. Come on, we can do this. This is the win. This is the W here. We outspeed. We definitely kill with this. Woo! Let's go. I was scared for that battle. I will not lie to you. I was scared. We shouldn't have worried as much as we did because our team steamrolled Humby. Things are looking good at this point. Until I can't figure out how to close the Poketch. How do I get rid of this? This is really annoying me. Was it there for like forever now? Is it here forever now? Oh, you can do that. Well, can I not get it off the screen? Can I actually not? That sucks. Okay, whatever. On to Allberg Gate, where we receive another kind present from a stranger, TM98. We are shown around Allberg by yet another stranger, where we meet Humby once again. He tells us to go and meet up with the town's gym leader, Rourke. We go and do just that. When we get to Rourke, he shows us this sick new trick. Nice. With all of that craziness out of the way, it was time to take on the very first gym. This is how our team was looking before the gym battle. And so, it was Rourke time, baby. He leads with his Geodude as we lead with the Piplup. Piplup demolishes the Geodude with one single water gun. Next up was Onix, who manages to get a rock throw off, but this was fine as we retaliate with a powerful water gun. Thanks to Onix's sturdy ability, it lives on 1 HP. Taking another rock throw, we take the Onix down the next turn with another water gun. This is the scariest part. Oh damn. Oh god, I'm scared. It outspeeds, goes for the Leer, which lowers our defense or attack. Oh, I'm slightly scared now. I don't want to lose a Piplup. Wow. I'm so lucky, man. I'm so lucky. Yes, our little Piplup showed how great it is and lived on 1 HP against the very first gym leader in this run. What a warrior. We're off to winning ways, gaining ourselves the Coal Badge from Rourke. Continuing on, we encounter Team Galactic, thinking they're hard trying to pick on an elderly man and a little girl. So, naturally, we beat their asses the best way that we can, in a battle. Launch Chimchar makes light work of the Wurmple as we then combine to take down the Zubat. Team Galactic, dealt with. We carry on with our journey by taking on 2 little girls in a battle. We did so great against them that little Scarlet wanted to evolve into a wonderful Staravia. On to the Valley Windworks, where we do some more heroing and save a father from being exploited. When retrieving a key for the warehouse where the man is, we encounter a Weasel, which we name Swift. We get the key and make our way through the Team Galactic grunts. After the last grunt, this happened. Ooh, it's time! The young boy Max is evolving into a lovely Prinplup. Wow. What a boy. We're being spoiled. Go for it. I'm more than happy to get 2 evolutions. Beautiful. Little Luxio. Hell yeah. With 2 new evolutions, we take on the biggest threat in this game. Well, so far really. This battle against Mars is notorious for ending runs with her very scary Ugly. It's safe to say I was very scared for what was about to happen, so let's get into it. Mars leads with a Zubat, which Scarlet takes care of no problem. The Demon Cat Ugly is out next, and I was bricking it. My tactic was about to begin. Growl the Ugly down so much that every time it attacks, it barely leaves a scratch. Do you get it? Scratch? That's the move that is you. Shut up. Luckily, when growling each turn, the Ugly didn't use many attacking moves, allowing us to fully cheese this poor cat. After 4 or 5 growls, it was time to switch into Max. Max switches into a Scratch, which does absolutely nothing thanks to Scarlet's growls. It was then time to whittle it down with some water guns. Eventually, Ugly couldn't handle the heat of our water and goes down. Yes! Yeah. Let's go. That's great. That is great. Not to flex, but I think we did pretty well in this fight. As we carry on with our journey, I finally discover how to get the Pokétch off my screen. Humongous W's. After taking on some trainers, the biggest thing happened. God is evolving. I didn't even know that was possible, but God is evolving. Come to me, our saviour, our Lord and Saviour, Pip-Arrel. Look at him sitting there, bro. He's the best, man. He really is. Eterna Forest time. Well, nothing really happened in here, so I'm not going to bore you with an irrelevant character team-up and a butt ton of double battles, so let's skip to the exit. After saying goodbye to Cheryl, we enter Eterna City. We make our way around the city and encounter yet another stranger. She is supposed to be one of the most intimidating characters in not only this game, in the whole of the franchise. And look what was on the screen. Need I say more? After our rant about the chibis, we enter the gym. We take on some trainers here, grinding some levels for our team. We soon realise we don't have the greatest of levels on our team, so we decide to head back out and train some more. Whilst in the wild, we catch a Meditite. Then after a little bit more grinding, we are ready to take on Gardenia. First out is Cherubi, who is completely destroyed by Scarlet with 1 wing attack. Cherubi is followed by Turtwig. We do big damage with Scarlet, but the Turtwig sets up a Reflect. This could be detrimental to us winning, so I decide to wait out the Reflect, ready for Gardenia's next Pokemon. We do this by going for multiple double teams. Once the Reflect is on its last turn, we destroy the Turtwig with a final wing attack. The Reflect wears off, and now it's time for Gardenia's ace, Roserade. Roserade goes for a Grass Knot, which really hurts Scarlet. We retaliate with a wing attack, taking the Roserade down to the orange. Gardenia and Roserade are scum, and so a berry brings Roserade back to just half health. With Scarlet in the orange, we take a massive risk and go for a wing attack, praying we can take another attack from Roserade, and we survive on 3 HP, taking down the Roserade with 1 more wing attack. Both gym battles have been so risky, but somehow we have come out both deathless. Close calls, but wins are wins. We are then given the Forest Badge from Gardenia before we make our way to yet another big battle. I hate this. I hate these hard battles, dude. Jupiter's gonna... I'll say no more. For a battle against Jupiter, she leads with the Zubat as we lead with our Luxio. Sparky takes out the Zubat without a problem using Spark, leaving Jupiter with only her ace left, Skunk Tank. We stay out with Sparky as the Skunk Tank goes for a poison gas. We retaliate with a Spark, doing very decent damage to the Skunk Tank. The next turn, Skunk Tank goes for a flamethrower, so we go for a Spark, taking Skunk Tank into the orange. Of course, the Skunk Tank has a berry ready to pop. I realise that Sparky is in a very dangerous situation and switch out to Max, who takes a flamethrower from the Skunk Tank like a tank. The next turn, the Skunk Tank goes for a Snarl, which is very annoying for us seeing as we want to use the only stab move we have, that being Bubble Beam, which is a special move. Nevertheless, we persevere with Max's Bubble Beam, slowly whistling down the Skunk Tank. It came down to the Skunk Tank having around 1 HP left, and I couldn't risk losing Max here. So I decided to switch out into the GOAT of our team, Scarlet, who was able to finish off the Skunk Tank with a fatal wing attack. Jupiter equals done. For our brave efforts, we are rewarded with a bicycle from the man we saved. We go with the blue one because blue is one of my favourite colours. On Route 206, we pick up a Ponyta, which is definitely worth doing in these games if you didn't pick Chimchar as your starter, considering how little fire types there are in the Sinnoh region. We also pick up a Bronzor in Mount Coronet. I have never really used a Bronzor or a Bronzong in a playthrough, so I was really excited to get to use it. Whilst travelling through the routes, we get literally the best Pokemon for any Nuzlocke run. So much so that many people ban this Pokemon from their runs simply because it makes it far too easy. Of course, I am talking about the god that is Gyarados. Once Magikarp evolved into this cheat code, I decided it was time to start swapping the team about. I no longer wanted to have the Gyarados on the team simply because of the previous reasons I just mentioned. I also really wanted to try out Bronzor, so that was a clear trade-off. I also added Xenox the Zubat to the team, and that was that. We carry on with our journey encountering yet another stranger in a cave. Yes, this is obviously Cyrus, but I couldn't really take him all too serious in the chibi art form. Sorry, Cyrus. On to Hearthome City. Not much went on here besides saving a Pokemon from running away, getting an egg from this random hiker, meeting the hardest gym leader in the game, seeing our mum inside the contest hall, and a battle with Humby. Wait. I did not expect the battle. Shit. Well, here goes. Humby leads with his Starly as we lead with Max the Prinplup. Max takes the Starly out with one Bubble Beam as Humby then sends out his Grottle. We are obviously not going to keep Max out against a Grass type, so we swap into Scarlet the Staravia. Grottle decides to use Stealth Rocks as we hit it for a powerful wing attack. Grottle then seals its fate by using Curse and going down to one more attack from Staravia. Next on the chopping block is Humby's Weasel, which is dealt with by Scarlet with 2 wing attacks. Last but not least is Humby's Ponyta, which dealt some damage to Scarlet, but not enough to take it out, as Ponyta goes down after a couple of wing attacks. Sorry for the ass whooping, Humbo. Not long after, Luxio wanted to evolve into the powerful electric lion we all know and love, Luxray. Honestly, one of the staples of most Sinnoh teams. I love this thing. We then make our way to Veilstone City, where things get a bit iffy in this run. You'll see what I mean by that in a minute or two. Whilst making our way towards Pastoria City on Route 214, our little friend Ray has some exciting news for us. Turns out, after taking down a Sudowoodo, it wanted to evolve. Shortly after Ray evolved into Roselia, I had a huge realization. My team was unfortunately over-leveled. The only Pokemon not over-leveled were the ones in my PC and Bell the Bronzor. I wasn't sure what to do at this point, but I decided I'll only use Luxray in our battle against Wake if the situation becomes dire. I felt awful not keeping track of everyone's levels, and I was really annoyed with myself. But on to Wake, where the battle starts with his Gyarados against my Bronzor. The Gyarados decides to go for a Crunch, which is super effective on Bronzor, taking it down to the orange. We go for a Confuse Ray, hoping it would be enough for our Bronzor to survive the next turn. Unfortunately, I couldn't let Bell go down that easily, so I switch into our over-leveled Prinplup. Gyarados hits us with a Crunch on the switch and again the following turn as we go for a Fury attack. This does very little damage and things are not looking good for us. This is where I make the biggest decision in this attempt. I switch out into our over-leveled Pokemon and destroy the opposing Gyarados. This whole battle has been a break of the rules I set out, and I didn't feel good at all for doing it. So as you can see, Sparky completely destroys Crasher Wake's team. and it makes me feel scummy. We beat Wake, but at what cost? Our pride? We technically lost the lock here, and I wasn't feeling great about it. So I made the decision to end attempt number 1 here. I will be doing another attempt on this run if you'd like to see it, so if you do, be sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts, and subscribe for the next attempt in the future. With that, I hope you all enjoyed, and a massive, massive thank you for everything you've done for me so far. But I will see you in the next one. Bye!